So what is compost tea? Compost tea is the biology that we've been talking about, stripped off the compost through agitation, leaving a liquid that can be applied directly to the soil and the foliage. There are several types of compost tea available, but today we're going to be using AACT, and that's actively aerated compost tea. Do you need to use compost teas? No, not if you show the compost you're using is supplying you with everything that your soil demands. If you've used chemicals or pesticides in the past, then would absolutely recommend it for at least the first couple of years of using this program. Then go out and get a soil bioassay done to determine if you need to continue or concentrate on a specific area. Adding teas along with compost just adds to the amount and diversity of biology in the soil. Do you have a lot of earthworms? Good soil should have between 10 and 50 per square foot. If you've got that many, you can bet the rest of the microbial population is prospering. What was the organic matter content of your soil test? Was it over 5%? If it was under 5%, you should be concentrating on using good compost to get it up to that level. Can you use both? Absolutely. If it's made properly, it's very safe for both you and the lawn. In the case of transitioning a lawn from chemical to organic, I'll spray it on liberally every 2 to 4 weeks for a few months. Then once I get a sense the microbes are coming back, I'll cut back to once a month and then to every other month. How do you know if the biology is sufficient? Well, once again, how's that earthworm population doing? Have you decreased your inputs, but yet it's obvious the nutrient cycling is continuing based on how well your lawn is thriving? Trust me, you'll know. There's a certain aura about your lawn when it's healthy. It's weird, but I swear my lawn has a self-esteem. As I've mentioned many times already, it's important to diversify the populations of microbes, colonies if you would. This way, they sort of keep each other in check. Not one particular species is going to dominate, resulting in various problems. So I'm always trying to use different types of compost to use for tea, just as long as I know it's from a healthy source, or maybe even try to use vermicastings. Vermicastings are actually earthworm poop. Vermicastings are incredibly rich in organic matter and microbial life, and tend to be bacterial, which is good for the lawn use. Sometimes it's the only ingredient some people use in teas. Vermicomposts are available online at relatively inexpensive prices, and of course I've got to plug my own product here, so look for our Comfy Tea, which should be available at www.comfytea.com or just link from our Comfy Lawn website. Teas are easy and inexpensive to use. They can be absorbed through the leaf and also get to the rhizosphere quick when used with aerating. Compost will certainly last longer. Compost will benefit the soil for years, when tea can only for months. Remember, microbes have to have a food source. What I'm saying is, healthy living compost is more critical than teas, but teas certainly have their uses. Turf grass likes its soil slightly bacterial and acidic, so the tea we're going to be adding should be consistent to what the lawn likes. One little side note to remember is that annuals and vegetables like bacterial soil, woody plants, perennials, and trees like fungal-dominated soil. With time constraints, I really can't go too deep into the variations of tea additives as I'd like, but do some research online. It's amazing what some people add to teas. It's a hobby for a lot of people, and we'll probably coming out with another DVD just specifically on compost teas. Adding sugars like molasses and corn syrup feed bacteria. Fish hydrolysate, kelp, humic, and fulvic acid help with fungal growth. Fungi will grow, but has a tough time multiplying, especially in the allotted 24-hour brew, so your tea should end up being on the bacterial side. Adding mycorrhizal spores at the end of the brewing period is also another good option, and that important fungi is our next topic. Mycorrhiza is a naturally occurring fungus that a host plant will create by itself through decomposition. For example, a tree will drop a branch at its base, and from there, the branch decomposes, creating a fungi above the root system, making it available to the plant. If mycorrhiza fungi and your grass roots have the luxury of meeting, they'll both benefit, creating what's considered a symbiotic relationship. The fungi absorb exudates from the plant. To return the favor, the fungi strengthens the grass plant by increasing the absorption area from which the roots gather in nutrients and water. The fungi likes the mutual relationship, so it will also protect the plant from outside forces. So, with the presence of mycorrhiza fungi, the more food, water, and protection the grass plant will have. The plant grows stronger, establishes quicker, and is immune to many pests. This fungi needs to be applied especially if chemicals and fungicides have been applied in the past. Mycorrhiza has a difficult time reaching the roots through the soil, though it works very well when applied directly to the seed. Application to the roots is possible through exposing the roots by aeration. Applying the fungi works best when renovating or seeding a new lawn. Just make sure there's a connection with the fungi and the roots or the seed. We'll go over that in a bit. Mycorrhiza can be applied in both granular and liquid form.